The first video I ever made on Dying Light 2 was all about how the night creates a sense of fear and how special it is in this game. But over time, as I've played more and more, I've come to realize that the volatiles could still use a lot of work, starting with
the good.
Now, before I start hating on one of my favorite games, let me talk about what the night does accomplish. There's no denying that when you're in a chase, you will get that feeling of someone chasing you. And the presence of the volatiles alone makes new players think twice about going out at night. And if you scare real easy, then you might be scared the entire game. And this is only thanks to the Good Night, Good Luck update. Before that, the night was your playground, where volatiles didn't even spawn until you achieved a 4-star wanted level. They also made great changes to the darkness with the update, bringing us back to something closer to Dying Light 1. But even with these great changes, the more you play, the more you will start to see the cracks in the seams.
The bad.
One of the great things about Dying Light 2 is how many tools they give you to navigate the map. But when it comes to the night, it's also one of its greatest downsides. The biggest perpetrator being the paraglider. Using the paraglider, especially a max upgraded one, you can easily travel the city at night without touching the ground at all, allowing you to access dark hollows, DRE buildings, and revenants with little to no challenge. And not only does it remove the challenge, but it removes that feeling of being chased. Because you're not being chased. You're taking a leisurely flight to your destination. Now say you either don't have the paraglider yet, or you say to yourself, you don't want to use it because you want to make the night more challenging. Then comes the next big issue. There's way too many safe zones. I swear you're never more than 200 meters away from a safe zone. And not only that, they have a giant pop-up marker that tells you where it is all the time on your screen. Having these so close together and constantly knowing where they are completely removes the tension of the night. I know they added these crutches to try to get more players to do night activities because they realized that 90% of people didn't even go outside at night in the first game because they were scared so shitless. Also, maybe this is more of a pet peeve, but I find the UV throwable bar is way too effective, and that alone makes the night 10 times easier.
The ugly.
This part is focused more on the mechanics of the night rather than the feeling it gives you. Probably the biggest downgrade from Dying Light 1 nights has to be that they removed the stealth element of the volatiles. You could argue that it's still there, but it's bare bones compared to the first game. And it all comes down to this little guy. And it's not like this detection system is that crazy. Far Cry's been doing it since 2012. It was simple, but it worked. It allowed you to take your time as you work your way through the streets, rather than being insta-spotted and having a race every time you go out at night. And this leads me to the bigger half of the issue, that the volatiles will just keep coming. Now, of course, the first game, volatiles would spawn as well as you moved around the map, but there was a distance there. The amount of volatiles in the new game is fine, but the issue comes with the placement of the spawns of the volatiles. You will be trying to sneak around the volatiles with what little sneak system the game has, and then boom, a volatile spawns out of a hatch right in front of you. And this happens time and time again. They always spawn right beside you, and it makes it impossible to sneak by them. And it doesn't allow you to do the night as you would like, because it forces you into this chase no matter what. So while Techland has made great strides in fixing their game, and specifically in the night, there's always room for improvement. And they don't even have to rework big things like the safe zone placements. They can start small, change how the volatiles spawn, maybe change the flashlight so it doesn't look fake as shit, change some of the stats of items like the UV bar, maybe buff some things like the grenades. The game would be a lot better for it, and the players would be left a lot happier. Now, obviously, I don't speak for everyone, so let me know your thoughts, and please consider subscribing. Catch you later.